Turkey's prime minister called tonight for a meeting with the organizers of a mass protest in Istanbul. He wants the thousands camped out in a downtown park to leave. Earlier in the day, he issued what he called a final warning to them to end the occupation.
Buna kimse orada işgalde bulunamaz.
The prime minister also rejected the condemnation of the European Parliament. It's criticized the crackdown by Turkish riot police. 5 people have died in the clashes. As many as 5,000 civilians and 600 police officers have been injured. So far today, it's quiet around Gezi Park, but the tents remain. Here's what Taksim Square looks like right now. The protests were initially about plans for a development on the park's edge. They've since become a movement against what opponents say is Erdogan's authoritarianism and efforts to impose Islamic values. The unrest has been going on for 2 weeks now in the park and the adjacent public square. Freelance reporter Dorian Jones is in Istanbul, and he joins us via Skype with the latest. So first of all, Dorian, tell us about the Prime Minister's latest moves.
Well, it is a complete surprise. No one predicted this. Only a few hours ago, the leading members of the organization, 6 of them, received a summons from the Prime Minister to come to his residence in Ankara immediately. Also, a leading member of a trade union, which called a nationwide strike last week in support of the protest, has been also invited, and members of a very popular TV soap that has also been joining the protest. They too have received an invitation for a meeting to be held at 11 o'clock at night, local time. This comes as a complete surprise because only earlier in the day, he had, to much applause from his supporters, had said that he would rid the park of terrorists and troublemakers. What has prompted him to make this last-minute move is unclear. Possibly international pressure. The White House has voiced growing alarm at the situation, although he has dismissed this criticism in public, but also people within his movement, leading members within his movement, are voicing growing concern about what will happen to the country if this protest is ended violently tonight.
And so where do things stand in Taksim Square tonight?
Well, it's very much like the reprieve of a condemned man. Before this announcement, there was a lot of fear, concern. There were many people here, but they were all very, very worried. But following the news, at the moment, a carnival atmosphere has broken out in the park. There are thousands. The park is full now. People are listening to music, and many people are continuing to go to the park. Mothers of some of the protesters have arrived. That's in response to the Prime Minister's a call earlier today for the mothers to take away their children from the protest. Mothers are joining it now. Also, many demonstrators have now entered Taksim Square, which had been cleared by the police earlier in the week. And as we speak now, there is a piano recital going on. We're in the square where thousands of people are sitting and listening. But around them, there are hundreds and hundreds of police, armoured vans, and in the side streets, there are even more. In one street, I saw over a dozen police buses filled with police. So it remains a highly tense atmosphere.
Dorian, thank you. That's reporter Dorian Jones in Istanbul.